field has specialists. It's a specialist field. It has its own language, and it's had its own language for long enough that we tend to forget, or other artist professionals tend to forget, that there's other people out there that should be able to understand this, that need to be able to understand it. Instead, they write in such a way, they speak in such a way that it only appeals to the other art professionals, and ultimately means that art is no longer relevant to anybody that is not art educated, and that is sad.
Some of the reviews for Nuit Blanche that I was reading online had people saying that they really enjoyed the experience, but they didn't see the point of having all the art.
The reason why we chose to participate in Nuit Blanche this year as artists is partly because we have participated as viewers in the past, and we thought it would be an important step as artists to do it. But beyond that, it gives us a test market to work with. What other opportunity would we have to have thousands of people come through and look at a series of artworks that we've made and comment on them?
Well, I have the outdoor show.
Well, and the outdoor show is another good example, though.
Yeah.
The International Art Fair would be another good example. Where large bodies of people are looking at art are excellent places to take something that you've never done before, never seen before, put it in front of those masses and see how they react. Because this is a really labor-intensive project, so if it had flopped, this would be a good reason for us to not continue with it. But since it didn't flop and the reactions were fantastic, that means that we've pretty well committed ourselves to the next couple of years of, oh my, intensive labor.
What would you have done differently?
Okay, I would have checked the art better. I'm not sure that anybody's noticed it yet. For those of you that took pictures of photo not available, look at that picture very closely and tell us what's wrong with it.
Luckily, I think this is something I wouldn't change. All of our plans had enough flexibility and room for change that even after things got changed last minute twice, we still had more than enough time to get it all done.
Did you notice that when we set up, this was the first time that's ever happened to both of us?
Yeah.
Where setup went so well that not a single thing, aside from forgetting some tools, Kyle, not a single thing went wrong. We didn't have to do any last minute repairs, last minute runs to the store, even though we were well prepared to have to deal with catastrophic failures. It didn't happen. Audience participation was a huge part of this, being that the only way that you could really see the art is if you participate, because there's nothing there in front of you to go, here's what you're supposed to see, look at this, look over here. And what we had happened that we didn't expect, a bunch of other people did, was start to interact and create their own pictures with the paintings. So people kissing each other in front of the kiss painting, or making peace signs in front of the peace painting, or kissing the painting of the two figures kissing. That was something that we didn't expect to happen, and man, was that a nice little touch to the evening. So we encourage people, again, if you've taken pictures and you haven't done it yet, get on our Facebook page, upload the bloody pictures already. And if you can't figure out how to do it, then email the images.
The links are going to be in the bottom of the summary to this video, so just scroll down and there they are. See? Yep.
Except they're not going to be there while you're doing this. It'll be when the video is stopped.
I'll have the little annotations under the video too. Take a picture. Long hours, lots of work, lack of sleep, totally worth it. Yeah, on top of the full-time work and full-time art, we're also working full-time collaboratively. It's amazing what caffeine can let you achieve.
It's interesting to me that our two practices are becoming more and more related to each other, so it almost seems like there isn't a point in keeping it separate for too much longer. Because very shortly, the overlap is going to be so drastic that the two sets will, or I guess 3 sets of work, won't be distinguishable from each other.
I'm fairly confident that in the future, instead of having my own practice, Brad's own practice, and our collaborative stuff, very shortly we're going to have my practice and Brad is my assistant.
Well, in that case, you need to start paying me.
We're equal partners.